Huh, okay. Is this thing crooked? Oh man, I'm back. I am back. It's Mailbox Monday. Actually, it's Tuesday, but we're gonna pretend it's Monday. And this is not all, folks. Oh no. Oh, look at that. Talk about scores. And this is half of them. There's another one showing up. Knives everywhere. There's another one showing up tomorrow. Ooh, it's gonna be a good one. Is that camera crooked? God dang it. It looks like it. So, just this. I'm back. I had some fun in the good old sun in the Cayman Islands for a while. And I was still buying masks while I was down there and buying some cool stuff. So I'm leaving. This is from the last video, remember? And he's here for a reason still, because guess what is in this box? What's supposed to be in this box anyway? It should be. It was an eBay deal. Yeah, the silver SARGOTH. So, get out of here! The green SARGOTH made its debut in 77, maybe even 78. Because it's in the 77 catalog, but the Chris Wallace one, which was like tan colored, I think was the very first version. I'm so foggy with this. But there's a third snake that's even more rare than this one. Yes. I swear, maybe the Chris Wallace one was third in the line and not first. All right, I mean, it's green in the 77 catalog, so I'm always assuming that this was the first one. I'm just, do you know how many masks I've been dealing with in the past 10 years? Like, my brain is fried. So, we will open the package right now. We don't need 3 knives. I'm not a knife collector. I just happen to have knives for packages. Good for opening packages. This one's sharp. This is a really sought after automatic knife now. This is the Benchmade Spike. I used to sell these brand new. I had tons of them. I should have kept them all. I've sold all kinds of stuff in my day. Oh yeah. All right. This is so now. This thing looked really good on the auction photos. You know, when you're buying something from someone, you have no idea who they are, unless they have a stellar description. You know, oh, the rubber's pliable, it's soft, there's no hardening, no cracking. You know, it's a crapshoot. It's a Jesus Christ. It's a crapshoot. You know, you're spending a lot of money for something that's really rare like this, and I mean, I felt good about it. I know there's a tear in the neck, like a vertical tear, which ain't the end of the world. Too bad it's not horizontal, but oh my God. I got a free tube. Tubes are awesome. Don't you love tubes? I just want to show you what I see, because it's so cool. You Down Post guys will know how exciting seeing something like that is. Open that box. Oh. Holy smokes. So let's see this condition. See what the condition of this sucker's like. And then I gotta open a box with several masks in it that showed up. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. So far, so good. Oh, man, it's not bad. Not bad. So how do I describe this? He's like semi-pliable, okay? He's like shaped like that. Like that's how he's shaped, right? It's, you know, but with a little warmth, this thing should come right back. It may aid in the help of foaming it later. With it's not like rock hard as a, you know, a plastic mask or something. It's not like super, get out of here, licking the damn. Do your cats lick plastic? Do they lick bubble wrap like freaks? They sit there licking bubble wrap all day long. I'm like, get out of there. So anyway, one little vertical cut there, which is no big deal. Like that wasn't even a factor. I'm like, oh no, I'm buying that thing. I'm gonna bid on it. This thing has insane color. The paint on this mask is fucking amazing. God, it's so vibrant. Oh, did I mention it's still tagged? So, my God, this is going to take some time, some TLC. If I can get it looking like that, this is one hell of a purchase, okay? And all you Don Post guys know how much I paid for it. I should talk about it, I guess. I'm not bragging because it was a lot of money. I mean, look at the condition. So in this condition, you can't possibly just hope it's going to pop back to normal without heat treatments. I paid $960 for this mask as is, you know. But Jesus, I mean, the paint is, it looks like it was painted like a month ago. Like that's how vibrant the finish is on this thing. It's got its original tag. So if you have, so if you go to that 1983 Don Post catalog, you will see the image of the silver version. So from 77 up till 83, I'm pretty sure they were green. Unless the brown one was in between these. Like it's been so long since I've talked Sargoths. I never in my life thought I would have one of these like this. I had a really tattered one, ripped up, and it was a freaking mess. Paint faded, and I never thought I would have a nice one. And to me, this is a nice one. It ain't perfect, but hold that thought. Damn, is that cool. It's gonna be okay. Man, this thing had to be sitting, you know, to be tagged like this in a box. To me, it looks like it was in a box, like that. Like against the wall of the box. See how flat that is? And it's just squished that way forever. Whew. God damn. I am absolutely 100% happy with that purchase. Alright? God. There's no room to even put boxes. Alright guys. So this big old giant box. A gentleman by the name of Daniel reached out to me on Instagram, and he was the one. Hold on. Here's the first mask Daniel sold me. Daniel sold me the amazing second Fluffy. All right, the Distortions Fluffy that needs a little help. Pete Roberts just texted me. What do you want? So yeah. He goes, I've got this. He reached out to me saying, I got a Creepshow mask and some other Illusive Concepts pieces. And I said, send it to my email address. I don't have voice commands on the GoPro, but it has a mind of its own. If here's a weird word I say, it shuts itself off. I don't have the voice activation on. Back to the masks. So Daniel, yeah, he's like, I got a Creepshow masks and I've got some Illusive Concepts pieces that you may be interested in. I go, yes. Sends me the email, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, the Fluffy blew my mind. I said, dude, I'm gonna pay you a lot for that one. I'm gonna pay you good on the others, but this is the money mask right here. So, where's a tube when you need one? Actually, a tube's not gonna hold this. Oh, so I bought the Fluffy, and I bought some Illusive Concepts pieces, and I don't even remember the names of these masks or the years they came out, but they're so cool. I said, I want them all, okay? And he shipped these out 2.5 weeks ago. The good old U.S. Postal Service, folks. Just major delays for no apparent reason. You know, this box was missing. It wasn't really missing. It was just dragging and dragging on. No, they couldn't tell us why. Nothing. They just say, oh, it'll be there when we pretty much feel like dropping it off. And several other people in the hobby have been telling me that the U.S. Postal Service has had crazy delays, and it's stupid. So I've been using FedEx and UPS more and more. I have a FedEx account, so that helps. But man, the U.S. Postal Service sucks. They suck. So they always have kind of been, you know, back in the day. I don't remember big delays like this, but it's just crazy lately. Man, Daniel, it's been a long ride to get these suckers, waiting and tracking them and wondering why are they just sitting for 2 weeks. You know, I bet I know why. I bet the box is so big that the postman was just lazy. Like, oh, that's too big. Too big. I think there's 4 masks in here. Well, this is how you pack a mask. Lot. There's foam and stuff in here from my foam collection. Ah! This room is so full, I can't put shit anywhere. Why am I yelling at you guys? It's not your fault. Somebody's got a little problem. They keep buying masks. Oh my God. Holy cow, dude. These are so cool. Oh, Daniel. Oh, this one's tagged. He sent me pictures, and some I couldn't tell a whole lot. Some, wow. Look at that crazy thing. Jesus. Official Lisker mask, pulled from the original movie mold, 1991. Dude. Did you ever give him the smell test like that? What a crazy, look at this crazy thing. Oh my God, stand by. That thing's cool as hell. This is the one I was really, I saw this one in the photos, I'm like, that thing. I honestly haven't seen a nice version of this in a long time. I can't remember what it's called, but look at this thing. Man, is that wild. Just crazy looking. That's fucking awesome, dude. What a crazy... I hate when they emboss them with words and you can't read anything. Wow, isn't that a cool piece? That's crazy. Really, what a neat piece. What else is in the box? Isn't that cool? That's awesome. Just put that there for now. Glad the Sargoth didn't fall. Luckily, that Fluffy's soft. If that was brittle, I wouldn't have left it there if it was brittle, but oh my God. Oh yeah, this was the other one I was really wanting in that lot. Check this out, dude. Man, is that cool. I don't know what year. I mean, by the feel of this, like these two at least, they feel 80s. They feel like late 80s, just by the old hair work. Somebody's gonna go, that's from 2004, dumbass. I don't know. I don't know a lot of Mario stuff and Illusive concepts. I don't know all the names and the years, and but I know when I love a mask. I know when I see something I love. Aha. Last but not least, man, Daniel, if you got any more to sell, you better tell me, because you got some cool stuff in your collection. This one is cool. Look at that. This pictures I brought back from Frank's house. There's one of these sitting in one of the photos. So as soon as I seen this, I'm like, I gotta get it. Got to. See, if this has been sitting for so long, that nice collar just, so this needs some work. What a cool not a little, it's very soft. It just needs to be, you know, fixed up and stuffed more and put on a taller pedestal. Man, dude. All right, you can go in the box for now. All right, look at that. How's that for a haul, huh? Badass stuff. Very, very cool pieces. Man. So, take the camera down for a minute. Nice stuff, and it's in nice condition. I mean, they're all pretty pliable. See that? I mean, that's the way to get a mask. They're vintage. I don't know how old, but I mean, they're not cracked. They're not, you know, dried out. They're not dried out. They're not cracked. They're all pretty damn nice. So, what a great haul of masks. Where am I going to put them? I do not know, right? Like, this place, there's shit everywhere. See? I mean, it's a pigsty. I'm embarrassed to show you the floor in here. This place usually is spotless, but having my makeshift desk in here does not help. I can't walk in here, you know, but I've been gone, so gotta give me a little slack, right? Let me think. Is there any more scores upstairs? There is, but I'm gonna wait because we're gonna talk a lot in detail about some recent purchases that were on good old eBay. What else can we talk about? I don't want to just make this an unboxing video. Let's see here. I've been trying, so my goals now that I'm back, my goals are to A, clean up this place, B, work on some stuff. I need to, it's still kind of chilly out, so I'm going to have to do a couple more fires in my fireplace, specifically just to work on masks. I've got the Rick Stratton 6-finger. I've got a really rare Don Post Wolfman and a Don Post Mummy 5000 BC of Frank's that needs a little manipulation, heat manipulation, as well as the newly acquired freaking SARGOTH. So, this one might be easier than you think. I should make a fire tonight. This is driving me insane right now, having this mask in my hands. Oh, there's one little, is that a little hole? No, that's just black. That's black latex under the paint finish, like they went over it and it didn't get hit with paint there. Man, I wonder how that happened, you know? Something could have hit it, or something could have been resting on top of it in the box. It's got its original freaking fangs, dude. These can be impossible. Like, if you lose these, forget it, you know? Someone had a mold, I think. The Tharps molded one of the 3 antennae off the 905 Alien, the Don Post 1977 Malone Alien, the little one. And you can use those if you're missing teeth on the SARGOTH, but dude, those are the original fangs. What a man, this just screams 80s, doesn't it? If you were a kid in the 80s, you remember like prism stickers, there were skull and crossbones, there were cobras, snakes, and it's just, this is so 80s. That's what I love about these masks. God damn, this is pretty damn exciting. This, to me, this is more exciting than scoring that Creepshow Fluffy. Man, oh man. So, damn, I gotta run an errand. But maybe I could do a little fire in the fireplace tonight. I'm going to do that. So, instead of blabbing more in this video, I'm going to fix this sucker tonight. At least try to get him to pop back into shape. And prepare him for the foam fill of his life. You know what I'm saying? This is an easy fix. If he gets back into shape, this could easily be fused together from the back. Using Gorilla Tape, I might try to put tiny dabs of glue in between the crack. I never want it to seep out. This is going to have to pop back into shape first, but that thing might be able to be seamed together. Man, this is cool. And the purple. That is so vibrant. The blues and the greens and... All right. So this is a quickie. Because I want to fix this sucker. Let's stop what we're doing here. Go upstairs. Make fire in the fireplace. And see if we can get this to pop back into place, okay? We might as well turn this into a little instructional video at the same time, you know? And then the scores that are coming. One's here, one's showing up tomorrow. Well, the one here is nice, but the one showing up tomorrow, a lot of people are going to go, what? Let's go upstairs. All right, so really quick, you know, this is all brick down here. There's pieces of wood. I'm going to want to get like a nice, well, not a nice one, but just an old towel or something to lay here as a cushion in case I want to set the mask down. I don't want to scratch up the paint finish, even though it's, you know, not a perfect shape right now. We're going to pull it back a little bit because the fire is roaring, you know, and it'll eventually burn down, obviously, but might as well get it used to some heat right now. It takes time. You can't do this in the summertime, man. I mean, it's like, it gets so hot. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but you'll just burn up sitting here if it's summer. Come here, buddy. Look who we got. We've got Midnight. Boy, did this guy miss me. I can't walk around this house without a little black hand touching me. And just, you could, you know, if you go like this, don't put your mask there, you know what I mean? If you can have your hand here, even like this, it's nice and hot, but you're not freaking out, your mask should be okay. Go on, get. There's no like rhyme or reason to this where you should start this time around. Sometimes there is things I want to get to right away when working on the shape of a mask, and then kind of go in order with the way things droop if they're sagging over the years. But this one was just probably in a box for a long time and it's stuck this way. I'm going to probably do this nice big flat area first because it will a lot of heat can touch this surface area at one time. Does that make sense? It's not like different levels. It's all one big flat piece that once I warm it up enough, I could go inside the mask, put my hand in there and slowly bump it out. I like to use the back of my hand as the leverage I need to pop things back in place. Number one, remove all of the stuffing so the cats can play with it. Goofballs. At least it was stuffed, you know, thank God. And it's got stuffing all the way up into the nose, which is great. We want to close that. That's nice and hot. Might as well dig right in. So I am, you know, a good 10 inches away from that fire. It's still hot. As you can see here, I've got some distance. I'm not putting it, you know, be very careful. Like, just test the waters. Don't just shove it in there. Okay? Look at. What'd I tell you? Ooh, this is good. Freaking weirdos, man. Get out of there! So if you hear a weird noise, it's those idiots. To get this thing heated up. And sometimes they naturally just pop out. Like, you don't have to force them much. They just go into the form they used to be. Oh yeah, so this is getting nice and warm. It's not hot, you know. I don't want to scorch it. I want to burn the paint somehow. I'm just, when you work with fire like this, you know, I've never seen anybody do this ever in this hobby until I started doing it. The fireplace trick. Even good old Kelly Mann, the mask doctor, he goes, man, that's genius. He goes, I can't believe I never thought of that. You can use heat guns, you know, different heat sources. Even some people are like, what about an electric heater? Wouldn't that be better? I'm like, what the hell's the difference? It's heat, you know? In my opinion, this is the best because it's an intense heat. It's not just, you know, electric heater, it may only throw off heat so much where you can work with it. You're getting real close to the metal elements. This is a freaking fire, man. You know, it's got a lot of heat, and you can hit a lot of the mask at once. On some masks where, let's just say one part of the mask is messed up and the rest is really nice, I take a towel and I'll wrap that mask and just expose the little area that I want to heat up, so I'm not heating up the entire thing, okay? You'd hate to misshape in something in other places when you're only working on one little spot. Okay, inside I could feel it getting slightly warmer, but it's not like, ooh, it's not. So we're gonna wanna see this, how this is caved in. I wanna get this so warm that I can maybe pull it out. And it may take some time. Like I said, you just test it out. You kind of sit there for 10 minutes, see if you can move it. If you can't, it needs more. But you gotta have patience. You can't just get it to the hottest point of the fire and try to do it quickly. This is not a task for someone who doesn't have patience, okay? Just relax, man. You don't want to mess up a really rare mask. Okay, yeah, look at, see that? Look how nice and soft that is. That's like the old mask again. This side, see how it's stiffer? That side, like the old days. Isn't that crazy? So now I'm gonna move it so it's not getting too hot there and focus on the curve or the fold, you know? Interesting, that did come out. That can easily be pushed out, you know, see that? But this part is what we really need to move. And another good way to do this, I have a set of creature hands that are so stiff that even sitting by the fire, it's taking several attempts to get them to move at all. One day in the summertime, it was blazing hot outside, and I've got these stones outside. I set it out in the freaking sun. Man, that was way more effective. Just hot sunlight. You may want to avoid blacktop because it's super hot. You may melt the damn thing, but like a nice white stone or piece of plywood, and put that mask out in the sun or those hands, but stay with it. Don't just leave it all afternoon. You know what I'm saying? That could really work as well. It's gonna definitely take a while. So I'm aiming that whole corner, this whole corner at the fire right now. My arm's pretty, pretty warm. And I will speed this up. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and show you the entire slow process. Like, it's getting more pliable, but still this see that crease? That's tough. That's what we gotta work with, some serious heat. And I think a mask like this, the thin gauge of this latex on this one, I feel once you heat it up, it may stay that way. It may stay more like its original state again, where you could stuff it later. That's one thing I may do. If I can get it to move enough, that crease, and pull it out, I may take that bubble wrap and shove it right back up in there, into that space, so it holds. You don't want it to just collapse again. It's newspaper even to really keep it from, you know, falling back. It's getting a little more rubbery. This little area, oof, inside, it's almost stuck to itself right there. God damn, we want to be very careful with that. All right, I'm gonna keep the heat on that because I want that to break free. I don't want to pull it and risk ripping that little quarter size. It's like the rubber inside went and almost stuck to it did stick to itself. I want to not rip that, so I'm gonna just leave the heat on it. You know, like I said, you gotta have patience. And heating this up isn't gonna torch this paint finish. You know, it's not. If you put stuff in the microwave, I've tried it. Believe me, I've tried it. You don't want to microwave a mask. Claytex, the old clay and latex mixture from the 60s, that stuff does not do well to hot water. It will discolor, it can crack. but you can heat it up like this in front of a fireplace. It takes a long time, but oh yeah, see, like see how soft this is getting now? Remember, the whole thing was like this. Hear that? It's almost like you can knock on it, but look how nice and pliable this whole side's getting. See that? I'm telling you, this is a great technique. And when I was a novice collector, I would use hair dryers. A lot of people say, oh, I use a hair dryer, it does the same thing. No, not really. You're concentrating on, you get a little area of hot air, and I've said this time and time again, airflow, air movement will destroy latex. This is natural warmth I'm giving it. You're forcing hot air on that thing. Like when I said I left some top stones near a heat register in the basement, within a month and a half, 2 months, they were Swiss cheese. Really rare top stones too. That's probably one of the worst things I've ever done, where I just was so upset because they're super rare masks and they were ruined. And it was the movement of the air. In fact, I'm gonna show you another example of what I'm talking about, because I'm telling you, air movement itself, whether it's hot or cold, will screw up rubber. And with a freaking hair dryer, you're forcing it even more. But before, as I was doing the process, I told you I had another example of something where moving air destroyed something, right? So I've got my entertainment stuff over there with my TV and all that, but behind that is a 12-inch subwoofer, right? I replaced the speaker in that sub maybe 2 years ago, and I'm talking, I've had this sub for years. You know, it's a good, very, I used to sell home audio stuff years ago, high-end stuff, but finally the speaker went out on it, right? 2 years ago, I replaced the woofer with a really good replacement, and then it blew again, right? So here's, look at this. Look at the foam surround. See, it's all destroyed here and here. See that? And I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, I just replaced this maybe 2 years ago, you know? And I look back there. I mean, you can see the big subwoofer, right? So that speaker was pointing in the direction of that floor vent, and all that moving air was blasting on that woofer, and the air dried the hell out of that foam. And there you have it. So the same thing happens with rubber masks. That air movement destroys stuff. I mean, it's a much faster process than it naturally deteriorating. You're blowing air, air movement from ceiling fans, heat registers like that. That's a 2-year-old woofer. It should not look like this, okay? This is destroyed. It'll fall apart even more, you know? You can replace that, but no, give me. Just an example of what moving air will do, okay? Foam, same thing to latex, especially thin topstone latex. It's coming, you know, look, it's really being easier to manipulate here. That little part though, this little part, yeah, it's really stuck inside. Oof. Well, we'll see what we can do here. It's a very important thing to get that unstuck. I just don't want to rip the fucking thing. You may be able to take a really sharp brand new razor blade and just gently go inside the mask where it's stuck together. If there's enough meat there, you know, you kind of pull it apart, and just enough, like a hair where it... Does that make sense? One thing many people may not realize is razor blades get dull fast. I learned that in art school. We would be cutting with X-Acto blades, and we'd buy them by the 100, right? Paper would dull a razor blade fast. It's crazy. You would never think that, but always try to work with brand new blades. And so now, see how this is able to pop out a little more here? And we're able to pull that. I mean, it's getting better. So now this flat area of the mask that you saw before is able to pull out. See that? And you can see that more. That was never like that. I couldn't do that before. It was solid, right? So, I mean, you could see how that's gonna work really nice, and I could stuff it really nice, but the only issue is that little part there where it's stuck to itself. And I'm not gonna, it's so slight that I think the razor trick might do it. Actually, I'm moving it. It's kind of breaking free a little at a time. The good thing is it's on the back of the mask. If anything ever happened, it's kind of an easy repair. Really weird color to match. Okay, let's see here. I should take this damn tag off while I do this. So this pulls out nicely. This cheek will pop out. See how it just keeps going back into place? I want that to be, maybe I'll heat up his face. I'll wait till last for that. Right now, I'm trying to get the whole shape, the overall shape, you know, to be able to do this. And then I could stuff it. Right now, see these dents? I mean, this is, like, I can't really push it from the inside without it popping right back into place. It's very firm, not hardened, thank God. If this mask was hard, it would be a very tough thing what I'm doing right now, but I just want you to see what the heat's gonna do to that, okay? Keep in mind, it's pretty firm. So we're gonna do this side now. And remember, this side will pretty much go into place now, with the exception of that little spot. It's good to have a hot fire like this, or nice coals. You don't need a roaring fire where the flames are out. As long as you have a bed of hot coals, it'll do the same, you know, give you the same heat. I realize not everyone has a fireplace. That's why someone's like, well, what about a... Hey, get out of my suitcase! A electrical heater would be much better. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have one. And this works great. So why, you know, some YouTuber, why? I don't think it would be. It ain't gonna give you heat like this, I'm telling you. I don't want to have to get it super close to a metal ribs on, you know, thing and go. Tss. This is just great overall heat dispersion here. So my goal, I guess, tonight is to hit all the sides of this thing, even the neck here. There's a big crease here, and see if I can stuff it with newspaper and stuff, and see if it'll look like the good old SARGOTH it used to be. Damn. See that? Look at, see how soft it is now? Look at, see how that's all popping out now? I mean, yeah, it moves back and forth, but I mean, stuff that now. Stuff it, solid, and you're gonna have the shape back. You see? Hell yeah, man. I knew this wouldn't be, you know, the end of the world with the shape it was in, but this is so cool. And I got a good one downstairs to really use as a guide for the overall shape, because he filled that one so nicely. Look at that. I got my hand in there and it's, you know, it's taking shape again. And this side is still pliable, like it's old rubber again. Isn't that crazy? I don't want to get too both hands up in here, but you can almost see it's, you know, going to be a big wide open snake again, cobra. Here, this corner is still not, it's kind of stiff there. I'm going to just try to turn him, his face away, corner closer. It's softening up a lot right there. See that? This may be, like I said, this is a rare mask. It's expensive. And this may be something where, this is hard here, like it's pushed in, so I want to try to pop that out now. This may be one where I'm going to stuff it, and over a whole month's period of time, keep working it. And by stuffing it, you're retraining those bends to go a different way. All right, is this thing straight? God, I hate these. Basically, so now you can see that this mask is looking more like a SARGOTH. You see the shape of the back now? Remember, it's all dented pretty severely, and remember, it was misshapen and dented pretty good. Just that little bit of heat is already making this thing you know, looking more like a snake, like it should. It needs a lot of tweaking, trust me. So what I did, when I shut the camera off the first time, before I showed you that speaker thing, I ended up taking all the plastic I pulled out, the bubble wrap, and stuffed it way up in here, okay? So it's not, I want to get paper so I can really fill it better, but like this is still slightly inwards a little bit, but once I get these little corners to correct more, you can see it's a lot better already, you know? And it's looking more like it should. So imagine 3 or 4 more treatments like that. Keep stuffing it for a while. I'm going to let it sit just like this. I'm going to stuff it better first with firmer newspaper so I can get it exactly in the places I want it to be in, because the bubble wrap's not reaching everywhere in there. There's big gaps. But man, what a difference already. But like I was saying, you got to have patience. Do not go up there and go, I want to fix the whole thing in one sitting. Unless it's something simple, like one little area on the neck is messed up or mushroomed out. You could do that in one session. Take your time. Something like this deserves it. Haste makes waste, obviously, right? So I'm hoping the more I go with the heat, the more I stuff it, I can get it a lot more back to normal. And then in time, once I feel it's ready to go, then it's going to go get foam filled. But, you know, the whole shape, the overall shape, especially the back, is looking the way it should. So, what an awesome find this was. This is crazy. And the funny thing is, remember how it's hardened, but not plasticky hard, but just firm. It's not. It feels normal now, just by warming it up. It's wild. So, and when it's like that, it's easier to foam, and you can manipulate it while the foam's drying. He can sit there and work these things and get them in place more and mess with the face for about 40 seconds before it really starts drying. All right, enough of that old mask. Now, my buddy Joel Grossman, old school mask collector. You know, he was around in the old days of HMA. He was around the private monster group that a lot of you don't even know existed. He had a killer collection. He still has a killer collection. Oh my God. He popped a mask up for sale in my Facebook group, and I jumped on it. I sent him a private message. I go, hey, I want that. I know you're in Chicago. Let's do a deal. So he goes, let's have lunch. This is perfect. Joel's working so close to my office, it's insane. The mask was an incredible 1979 Glow Carlisle. I posted a picture of it today in the group. It was a crappy photo I just took in the dark in the restaurant. But this is a nice copy. And it's a really unique copy. Remember the 78 Glow and Ghoulies Don Post line, 78, 79 masks? This is that Glow Carlisle. I was just talking about Carlisles in the Facebook group. I said, this is one of Pat Newman's finest sculpts, in my opinion. Yeah, her Frankensteins were incredible, but I'm saying, as far as a made-up character, this thing's incredible. The design of the character is everything to me. It reminds me of a weird old Scooby-Doo villain, you know what I mean? Just the way she made the facial expression is so amazing. I have another one that's off the charts. Oh, shit. Look at this. This is probably the nicest one I've ever found. This one here. So I say 1979, but they were still selling these in 82. It's got an 82 tag on it. So even though it was a 79 mask, you know, they sold a lot of, they're still selling them. So this sucker is unworn, mint condition, you know, old store stock with awesome glow paint. Even the hair, they went in, painted the hairlines, and they put glow stuff on the back, glow paint. This one, I jumped on it because it's so unique looking. Let me see if I can find a mask stand. Hang on, guys. There's so much shit in this room. It's chaos in here. I don't even know where a mask stand is. Oh, here we go. So, let's put this here. And this thing needs to be stuffed more. You know, his face will get wider. It's kind of sunken in, but you know, this is a great mask. He can puff out a little bit more. Let's take this down. I jumped on this because the paint was so unique on it. See what I mean? It just looks so different than my copy. And they didn't paint the hair really much at all. It's all black, like they just left that. This one, someone took a lot more time. These were probably done a year apart when they produced them, roughly. Just two different paint ups. You got more of the pinkish highlights in there. So had to pull that sucker out for the end of this video because that's an amazing score. They're not popping up like they used to, these Glow Carlisles. This thing has a perfect keyhole in the back, not ripped. It has a the mouth's cut on him. I mean, that's an unworn mask. The mouth's cut. The mouth is cut on this Carlisle too. Someone was saying today, like, is the mouth cut? You know, they're cut. I'm pretty sure most Carlisles had the mouth slit cut. I mean, that's where you breathe, you know? I don't remember on previous copies I've had, but usually on masks like this, the mouths were cut. So, that's it. We'll close out this video with these Carlisles. Mega scores coming, guys. Mega eBay scores. Some of you may be shocked on what's showing up here soon. And not only masks, I scored 2 posters that are, to me, incredible. So I'm gonna clean this room out this weekend. I'm gonna try to hang the posters behind me somehow without screwing them up, because you got to see how big the one is. It's a 3-sheet and it's phenomenal, and it's from one of my favorite science fiction films. So more to come, more stuff to talk about with goofy eBay shit. We're not done with that, and that's about it. So I'm back. Lots to come as far as mask videos, and what else? God, there's so much cool stuff coming in. Lots of good stuff to talk about. And maybe after the weekend, maybe I'll foam fill something. All right, I'm itching to get right into it and see what we can mess around with. All right, I know the new Dom Post masks. Like, I want to get some black skull blanks. We may be 2 to 3 months off still on that stuff shipping. Last time I spoke to Justin, so I don't even know. That could turn in, who knows if that's going to be a legit time frame. It could be 6 months, probably not, but I think like a couple weeks ago he said maybe a 3-month wait. I'm going to keep bugging him though and see if I can get some black blanks here quicker, you know. And that's about it. So thank you, and good night.